Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning. It's Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. It is Monday morning at 9 a.m. on May 23rd. That means no BS job search advice. And I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to simply say that a lot of you folks need help looking for work, and a lot of you folks have been out for a long time. I want to help you. And I'm going to talk with you this morning about a dozen things that people need to do when they start off their job search. Because, frankly, job searches for many people are taking a lot longer than they hoped for. You know, in case you haven't noticed, job hunting is taking almost as long as selling a house these days. I know I'm not the right example for house selling. I was able to sell mine in 3 months from the time that we decided to look. I'm sorry, 4 months, slight exaggeration. From the time we decided to consider looking, it took 3 weeks to put it on the market, to be ready for that, and then we closed on April 15th. So I know we're not the normal sellers at this point, nor do we sell it for radically less than what its value was. Frankly, we sold it for market. But you know, we had a miracle buyer, a cash buyer who thus saved us a lot of time. For job hunters, job hunting is obviously taking a lot longer than a lot of folks take. Now, there are hope for, and obviously there are exceptions to this. There are folks with unique skills or high demand skills or getting multiple job offers and having choices to make. For a lot of folks, job hunting is obviously taking as long as 2 years or more. So I want to treat every job search as having the potential of going for a long time. So I want to talk with you about 12 steps to take to get prepared for your job search. Because if you've been laid off or you're relatively early in your job search process, you got things you need to plan on and be prepared for. And I think the first place to start off with is setting a budget for yourself. And I know that isn't what most job hunters expect I'm going to talk about, but, money can get tight for a lot of folks. If you were out of work for six weeks or 6 months or 12 months, what steps would you need to take in order to conserve capital so that you could be ready for the long haul? Because, again, I'm here to talk with you about the long haul. Would you cancel a cable? Would you put your house up for sale? What kind of things would you do? Would you take your child out of a private school? Would you slow down your buying on clothes? Would you cancel a vacation? What sort of things would you be doing to conserve capital? Well, if you're beginning a search now and you already know that your skills are not in high demand or that there's a lot of competition amongst individuals looking for your work with your skills, the beginning of the search process is the time to lay out your plans and make a budget for yourself. Budgets, I know, are complicated things. We all tend to forget stuff, but start by creating a budget and keeping with it. Because the fact of the matter is, for a lot of folks, they can't afford to be out for any length of time. So start off early and create a budget for yourself. The second thing to do, and this is a funny one to bring up, but a lot of folks, when they're out of work, put on weight. And when they put on weight, their interview attire doesn't look anywhere near as well as when they are watching their weight. So don't get sloppy. Don't start putting on weight or adding beards and mustaches and getting your hair too long. You got to look as though in 20 minutes they're going to do a video interview with you or want to see you the next morning, and you just have to look well. So don't get sloppy. Look well for your meetings, stuff along those lines. Next thing is about your expectations. Don't expect instant results. Finding a job takes a lot of time and effort. And I know I've got tools on my website, jeffaltman.com, that will give you lots of websites and information about job hunting and ebooks that I sell and promote. But, again, the real thing is about you putting in the time and you putting in the effort. to ensure that you're out there every single day for a lot of the day in order to find something for yourself. Okay? So, matter of fact, one reminder, because I have a client like this, even when they decide it's you, often, even when they decide you're the one that they want to hire, often it takes a while afterwards. It could be weeks or even a month or two to get processed and joined. So, don't expect instant